Edition of The Great Debate, the Irvine High School sports show that asks the question, who's in charge here? I've lined up opponents and handpicked the topics, and as always, we start off the first round with a head-to-head competition between myself and my co-host, All-American columnist J.D. Holliday. Holliday, set it up.
Well, today, Chris, we've got 3 rounds of mind-boggling arguments featuring the top sports news from around Irvine High, including a review of the failed football season from our vaqueros, what the future holds for the Irvine wrestling team, and how Catherine Nielsen brought home the goods from CIF.
Well, we'll find out. First topic.
Our first topic in round 1. Our Irvine vaqueros ended the football season in a 4-6 record, in addition to the season-ending injury for senior and star quarterback Matt Cotty, putting junior Ethan Witzel in the spotlight. I guess the question is, can the Vacs rejuvenate themselves next year with Witzel, or will they be sucked down in the undertow and never seen again?
Matt Cotty did what he could, and now since he's leaving the school, it's time for Ethan Witzel to take over. In my opinion, the vaqueros will do an exceptional job with Ethan Witzel stepping up.
First of all, Chris, Cotty isn't the only one leaving. We've also got Coda, Santana, and Hammond. But since we're on the subject of quarterbacks, I think the vaqueros will do okay with Ethan Witzel. But I don't think that they're going to find another quarterback like Matt Cotty.
All right, you just might be right, but we'll find out later in the show. Next topic.
Our second topic in round 1. Gung-Ho wrestling coach John Phillips will stop at nothing to bring home the goods from this winter season. With 4 CIF placers from last year, this season looks to be really promising for our boys in green. But is that a fluke?
That is not a fluke, JD. As you mentioned earlier, John Phillips is a gung-ho wrestling coach whose coaching skills get better and better every year. And being an ex-wrestler, I would know these things. I think our wrestlers will do an exceptional job this season.
Come on, Chris. I said before, they only had 4 CIF placers from last year, and the year before they only had 1. But besides that, I don't think our wrestlers do that well this year. Maybe a few wins here and there, but that's about it.
Let me just say one more thing. Juarez and Scott are already as good as placing CIF along with others. But we'll find out what the coach thinks later in the show. Round 2 is up next. Holiday, what's on top?
Well, coming up, Chris takes on the coaches themselves. Who will survive? Find out when we return.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Crabtree. I work in the Life Center. I'm the coordinator for the Coastline Regional Occupational Program. We call that program ROP on our campus. We have 5 ROP classes: automotive, computer graphics, video TV, website development, and advanced photography. In order to take an ROP class, a student must be at least 16 years of age or a junior or senior. The student is able to explore careers that might be of interest, develop skills, and receive high school elective credits. If you're interested in taking an ROP class, come by and see me in the Life Center and stop by and pick up a schedule.
Time to go face-to-face with the big cheeses themselves, the coaches. Holiday, who's up first?
Chris, your first opponent, who just happens to be our executive producer, is returning varsity football coach Eric Terry.
Coach Terry, thanks for joining us on The Great Debate.
Well, thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure to talk sports with you guys.
As we were discussing earlier, star quarterback Matt Cotty was injured during the Woodbridge game. What were the statistics on that?
At the time he got injured, he was actually playing on the defensive side of the ball because he is such a fine athlete. We played him at safety against teams like Woodbridge who tend to throw the ball quite a bit. And he was coming up to make a tackle on a short pass, and he planted wrong on the turf, and he had a knee injury that he had last year, kind of got re-aggravated by that plant.
And as I understand, junior Ethan Witzel took over after that. How is he in your books?
Ethan is also a very good quarterback. They're very different, but Ethan has a nice strong arm. Ethan is what I would call more of a classic kind of drop back quarterback in style, whereas Matt is kind of the newfangled athlete playing quarterback.
So overall, you think Witzel would do better next season?
I don't know. Witzel's strengths and Matt's strengths are different. If Matt was going to be back and he was going to have another year, we might have more of a run-based offense, where with Witzel at quarterback, when you go in and you think about it as an offensive coordinator, you're looking more at a drop-back passing game. So they're so different, you almost have to have a different style offense for each of the different quarterbacks.
Coach Cherry, thanks for joining us on The Great Debate.
Thank you very much. You guys take care of yourselves.
Well, Holiday, who shall I tangle with next?
Your next opponent is wrestling coach and science teacher John Phillips.
Coach Phillips, thanks for joining us on The Great Debate.
Thanks for having me on.
As we were discussing earlier, you had 4 CIF placers last year.
That's right.
How do you think you'll do this year in CIF?
I think we can equal that, and we want to even do better if we can. We also want to do well in the CVU League tournament. Last year we had one of our 4 CVU League champions was Roy Royas, so he's coming back. And I got a good group of seniors and young kids too that are going to support us in doing well within the county.
So what is your overall prediction for your boys during the winter season?
Like I said, we're going to be very competitive in the CVU League. We really should be battling at least for second best in the league, which is where we've been finishing the last several years, and done well individually in the CIF competition as well.
All right, again, that's going to be tough to call. Coach Phillips, thanks for joining us on The Great Debate.
You're welcome.
Well, that's it for round 2. The final round is coming up next. Holiday, set it up.
Coming up, statements and judgments in the form of emails written by you, the viewers. Stay tuned.
Hi, we're your AAC representatives. My name's JoJo,
I'm Cornelius.
and this is what's going on in the upcoming weeks.
January 7th, Friday, we have a varsity basketball game versus Laguna Hills High School, and you're really going to want to come.
Why would I want to come?
Obviously, we have a Jersey Jam dance, and it's, how much is it?
Okay, so speaking of dances, Winter Formal is coming up. But this year, it's not going to be your ordinary Winter Formal. This year, senior class of 05 of Irvine High invites you to the Copacabana on February 12th at the Santa Ana Performing Arts Center. Guys start asking your dates, and girls start looking for your dresses. So keep these dates in mind, and
These are your ASB representatives signing out.
Time for me to read your emails featuring your thoughts and feedback on Irvine High Sports. To email us, go to irvinesports.com on MSN, keyword GDebate. Freshman John writes, Roy Juarez and Justin Scott are both running for captains of the wrestling team. In my opinion, neither should be chosen. And in my opinion, both should be chosen. Sophomore Kate writes, Catherine Nielsen placed in CIF cross country this year, and she's only a sophomore. With any luck, she will become the next FloJo. And I couldn't agree with you more. Senior Jay writes, I am so pissed that Chris Hammond is leaving this year. IHS will never be the same without him. Not only that, the football team will never be the same without him. That's going to do it for today. For my co-host JD Holiday, I'm Chris Carson, saying thanks for watching this edition of The Great Debate.